Hi all. I've made this video yesterday, but then there were hunters above and they shot deers. And then the mood in me and of this video wasn't so pleasant, that I would have published it. And so we do it again. Now it was Christmas time and I wondered about, on one hand, on the people where I work in the job, on the other hand, people on the internet, especially on Skype, were they making jokes about Jesus? I mean, I'm without confession. I dropped my confession in 1992 or 93, I don't know exactly right now, but I'm rather free of it. Just I have to say, why do they make jokes about Jesus when Jesus stood for love, peace and happiness? Why they could make jokes about Mohamed, but they don't do that. And Mohamed stands for violence and terrorize people and put them in systems where they have no freedom. And Jesus just is supporting people and life with love and died for it. And it's quite interesting why they do this. And it's interesting why people don't question this when someone does this. I questioned it, and then people who making jokes become usually quiet, because I ask them exactly this: why do they make jokes about someone who stands for the good? It doesn't make jokes for someone who stands for the bad, And I'm rather convinced that when Jesus would come today, or even Mahatma Gandhi, or Buddha, or also Martin Luther King, they would kill them again. I'm rather convinced about that. I don't think that mankind changed much. I think it's in the base of man, the old question between good and evil. This is why it's written in the Bible, now look, they are like we are, knowing good and evil. And so we always have to decide between the two things, And it's my personal opinion that the good will always lose against the evil, simply because of that. When the good wanted to win, it had to practice the cruelty and recklessness and naughtiness of evil, and this is impossible, But there's a balance at the end, like in terrorism, because the evil at a certain point, when you see the history, it always goes in waves. And when the evil starts to reign, things become crueler and crueler and more corrupt, even to the point where the evil destroys itself. Because simply the base is so corrupt and cruel that it cannot exist on this base, because it's all destroyed, And then the good starts again. And after a while, when the good is established, the evil is beginning again to undermine the good. And so this cycle again repeats and repeats and repeats. I don't know. Until Jesus would come in the religion. It's quite funny, and I want to say it, and I want to confess it, that Jesus is somehow the only connection I have with this highest source, or call it God or whatever, with this entity. Because Jesus, and I think everyone is wearing, almost everyone is wearing Jesus in her or himself. And this is a connection. And this is why I still hold some belief in me, some faith. Even when I, like all the others, rather, one can say, overwhelmed by this 3D reality where one could easily lose all hope or belief or faith, Oh, and one thing I almost forgot. My mother, decades back, told me some very good things. And one thing was when someone can offer really a help for people to bring them out of their bad situations, the plights they're in, one should not show this situation to people and then leave them in this bad situation or plight and misery. And this is what people are doing who are destroying the belief system or the faith of other people. And just don't let destroy your faith. Doesn't matter what it is and in what it is. Love you all. I wish you a wonderful 2016 and I bless you all. In Lakesh, my friends.